Hey everyone, Richard Hundley and David McKeever here with our housing market update for the month of April 2021. David, what do you have for us?
All right, so on today's housing update show, we're focusing on the city of Stockton. We're talking about three main topics: what's going on, how many houses we got, how quickly they're selling, and how that's affecting pricing. So first off, let's get into the housing numbers.
Wow.
Some good news here and some continuing news. Let's get right into it. Last month, the number of listings came on the market. It was up versus the previous month. That's the good news.
Good. Yep.
141 homes came on the market. That's a good sign. Maybe people are starting to get a little more comfortable in listing their homes. Still down overall versus last year. Last year at this time, we had 359 homes on the market. So quite a big difference. Buyers are still in full force. They're actively looking. The number of pending sales went up 27% versus the month before. Went from 225, as you can see, it was 287 last month, which has caused the number of sales last month to go up to 239 sold homes here in Stockton. Next chart, let's take a look at how fast homes are selling for and how much more they're selling for than the list price. Let's get after that next.
As David referenced to on this chart, our days on the market. See this little bitty number over here, number 19? That's how long days on the market are in Stockton. 19 days to sell. That's pretty incredible. They're going fast. And honestly, they probably could be a little less than that, but it just takes, I think the seller waits a little while to collect all the offers to even start looking at them. So it could be less than that.
Right.
This other chart, one of my favorites, is how much are the houses selling for versus their list price. So if a house is for sale at $100,000, sells at $100,000, that's 100%. We're all the way up to 103%, so that same house is selling for $3,000 over full price. And in lots of cases, we're seeing way more than that.
Yeah, I just did a report today for a family that in their particular neighborhood, that number was 105% over the average list price, or sales price actually. One thing on this chart I want to reference back to is, let's take a look back what the market was doing basically post or pre-pandemic, back in January, February of before we even knew the pandemic was coming our way. Homes were selling for under list price, 96 to 97% of the value of the home. It just goes to show you what a year can do for us. And if you're a homeowner, you might want to, you're thinking about selling now, you might want to jump on the bandwagon while the timing is good and this market's hot. Let's take a look now at how these trends are affecting home prices. All right, the chart we have behind us is the average price per square foot in the entire city of Stockton. I like to look at this chart every month to get an indication of basically how the housing market is progressing. This is a great indication of perhaps the future direction of prices.
Yeah.
Because it takes into account the entire city's price per square foot. And we saw another up month in March. We're at $242 per square foot. Just 1 year ago, it was at $206 a square foot, which is roughly about a 27% gain in the price per square foot in the city of Stockton. Quite incredible. But now let's take a look at what the average sold price was in Stockton last month.
All right, and in this chart, we have the average sold price versus the average for sale price. You can see the gap is getting bigger and bigger. The average sold price is $411,000. The average for sale price, listed price, is $549,000. That gap just gets bigger. If you look at this chart all the way through, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's part of what's going on with the multiple offers and selling over price, and that's causing that gap to get bigger. So do you have any numbers on that? Percentages?
Well, I just, the average sold price, which is the bottom red line here, we've seen a 20% gain from last March of 2020, which is a pretty significant gain in housing. I know we've nationwide, we had about a 10 to 12% gain, so Stockton outpaced that figure big time. And that's just the amount of buyers we're seeing coming in from Bay Area and other parts of the country. So,
and driving the price up. And I think a warning here for you is a lot of you might think we're headed for a crash or an adjustment. All the numbers we've shown you today show that we're not headed for that at all. It's not for a while. I would pretty much say that through summer, we're going to keep going.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, Richard. In my hands, I have the Stockton Housing Report. This is a 4-page document, basically breaks down everything we're talking about and more. And on the page about pricing, it talks about the average for sale price, average sold price, average median sold price. And each indication there is it's appreciating. So they're continuing to appreciate. That's what they're forecasting. I'll offer it to you guys if you guys are interested in reading this report. If you're a nerd and you like numbers, this is the report for you. Shoot me a message. I can email this out to you. But all good news here in Stockton housing market this month.
Great. We just need more listings.
Need more listings. If you're a homeowner and you're thinking about selling your house in the next 12 months or so, you might want to speed up your plans a little bit.
That's right.
To take advantage of what's in your favor, and that's this housing market right now. If you got any questions on that, we're happy to help. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next month, I'm sure, with our next housing market update. See you then.